and welcome to LCTV News. I'm Medina Sehi. In this edition of LCTV News, a fire leaves residents homeless, Aborn Elementary School hires a new principal, City Council votes on zoning, and more. A 2-alarm fire has left 8 residents homeless. The fire was on May 4th at 15 Dorinda Circle, and it had residents scrambling for safety. Firefighters from both Lynn and Swampscott were brought to the scene. Fire Chief Stephen Archer said they received reports that residents were trapped in the house. Heavy fire was billowing in the building when crews arrived. An 89-year-old woman along with her daughter and granddaughter were able to flee to safety. The Red Cross is helping assist these displaced residents with finding homes. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, and the investigation is still going. Katia Spice Amsler has been named the new principal of Aborn Elementary School. She begins this position on July 2nd. Amsler began her teaching career in 2006 as a 3rd grade teacher at Aborn. She has taught grades 2, 3, and 4 and was a curriculum and instructor professor, was a math specialist for grades 3, 4, and 5, and was a program specialist. Currently, Amsler is the acting program specialist at Connery Elementary School. Amsler received her Bachelor of Arts degree from Wesleyan University, a Master of Education degree from Salem State University, and an Education Leadership Certificate from the Northeast Consortium Leadership Academy. These experiences are what make Amsler a great hire for Aborn. She is highly motivated and enthusiastic about her new position. At the Lynn City Council meeting on April 24th, they voted in favor to change the zoning by establishing a medical village overlay district in the area that lies between Linfield Street, Dartmouth Street, Anchor Road, and Woodland North. With this vote, Newton Hospital would be closed and replaced with a 5 to 6 acre medical village. North Shore Medical Center needed this approval of a zoning change because of the neighborhood being zoned to only allow residents, single families, and hospital. Some concerns that were raised about having a medical village at this location were the well-being of patients of Union Hospital and, in emergency cases, residents not being able to have a hospital to go to. Joe Gannon is the Senior Vice President of North Shore Medical Center, and he assured residents not to worry about emergency situations because North Shore Medical Center's Salem campus is equipped to help them in any way needed. Council President Darren Sear does not want Union Hospital to close, but knows that there is nothing to do to change this. 2 Lynn men were arrested this past Thursday and charged with drug trafficking after Lynn police seized $30,000 worth of heroin and fentanyl from a Neptune Boulevard apartment. The arrest came after a joint investigation between the Lynn Police Drug Task Force, the Boston Police, and the State Police. Lynn Police Lieutenant Michael Kimmick said that they executed a search warrant at 130 Neptune Boulevard and seized 106 grams of fentanyl, 186 grams of heroin, and 4 grams of cocaine, with a street value of $29,600, along with more than $4,000 in cash and drug paraphernalia. Jose Baez was charged with fentanyl trafficking of more than 100 grams, heroin trafficking of more than 100 grams, and cocaine possession with intent to distribute. Edgar Gonzalez was charged with fentanyl trafficking of more than 100 grams, heroin trafficking of more than 100 grams, cocaine possession with intent to distribute, and reckless endangerment to a child. A routine traffic stop turned into a drug trafficking charge for one Lynn man. Edward Vargas was charged with trafficking cocaine after being pulled over by State Trooper Christopher Kane on Commercial Street on May 6th. Vargas was driving with an expired sticker which led to a traffic stop. After a search of the vehicle, Kane discovered 2 bags of cocaine, which weighed about 160 grams, $850 in cash, and 3 cell phones. Vargas is being charged with trafficking cocaine, driving without a license while in possession, and driving with a vehicle without an inspection sticker. Bail was set as $5,000 and $40. North Shore Community College unveiled its brand new Veterans Center on Monday, May 7th. The center was created to be a space for the student veterans who attend North Shore Community College. The Veterans Center allows students who have served to come and socialize, have a space to get their work done, and enjoy each other's company. Mayor McGee was one of the speakers on hand and gave his remarks on the importance of the Veterans Center. He said, "It's what's happening here, and it's exciting to see the Veterans Center open here in Lynn." Other speakers on hand were Stephen T. Vesey, who is the president of the North Shore Community College Foundation, Thomas Hardy, who is the president of the North Shore Community College Veterans Club, and Francisco Urena, who is the Massachusetts Secretary of Veterans Affairs. The ceremony concluded with the ribbon-cutting ceremony and a tour of the center. The Rotary Club of Lynn has just finished 100 years of service to the Lynn community. This Rotary Club is a group of business professionals whose main goal is to bring service to the people of Lynn. Steve Opton is the president of the Rotary Club of Lynn and has worked in the Rotary Club for 6 years. He says their work makes the world a better place. Some of the services they do is help distribute dictionaries to elementary school students, help with student scholarships, serve at My Brother's Table and mobile food distributions, support special games in Lynn, and much more. The Rotary organization has 1.2 million members around the world, but this specific Rotary Club of Lynn wants to bring as much aid as they can to Lynn organizations. On this week's Community Connector, we highlight the All-City Arts exhibit at LynnArts. Students, parents, teachers, and members of the community went down to LynnArts on May 3rd for the grand opening of this exhibit, which ran through May 16th.
The Lynn Public Schools Art Show, and we've been so honored over the past several years to be the host of Lynn Public Schools Art Show here in our galleries in Black Box Theater.
We are so thrilled tonight. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Weather is up to 90 degrees finally, and we have a great turnout for our All-City Art exhibit, which consists of 26 schools. The students have been doing outstanding work this year.
It was the first event I attended when I became the director here 3 years ago, and for my money, it's the best event that we do all year. Students from all of our elementary, middle, and high schools are represented.
It's my favorite subject because there are so many possibilities in what you can draw.
Patty Kablansky and the teachers in the Fine Arts Department do an incredible job curating all of the student art every year, and we're so appreciative of the relationship that we have with the Lynn Public Schools, particularly Dr. Kathy Latham, who for both the museum and LynnArts has been such a champion of bringing history and arts and culture and our programs into the classroom.
We are so excited to feature two-dimensional and three-dimensional art. The teachers have been working so hard in their instruction and content, pedagogy. They have been really just trying to showcase all the work from this school year, and this is like the culminating event at the end of the year where we get to showcase all our students' hard work.
It makes me feel happy that people want to see my art and are interested.
There have been a lot of parents tonight. It's really wonderful to see the connection in the community and everybody come out and support their children, their students. It's so important that we come together and we celebrate students' work and their achievements. Their art tells a story. A lot of the art is narrative, and it can speak to their identity and their place in the city of Lynn.
Lynn Tech held its annual career fair last month, and LCTV was there to capture everything for LCTV's Community Connector.
Lynn Vocational Technical Institute has a cooperative education program. Halfway through the student's junior year, they're eligible for co-op, and they get placed in a field that is in alignment with their technical program. They work 1 week out on co-op and they get paid, and the opposite week they're in tech for their academic classes. So today we have a big career fair for all of our juniors and seniors. These are employers that have our students for co-op that might be looking for more students. And also it's an opportunity for seniors to look at different companies in case they're looking for skilled employment after graduation. Most of the time, if a student is out on co-op, they do such a fabulous job that the employer wants to keep them, and they keep them on full time. So that's the majority of what happens when a student's out on co-op.
We take students from Lynn Tech that are in the health assisting program. We take these students in their senior year and they work for us as a certified nursing assistant. We have taken students from the culinary arts program in the past with great success to work in our dietary department at both Salem Hospital and Union Hospital. I love taking the kids from this program. They're ambitious, they're excited. We hope that once they do graduate from nursing school, we hope that they'll come back to us in the future and work for us as a registered nurse.
A lot of the students that we look to hire are in the electrical program for as far as trades go. At Wayne Alarm Systems, they do a lot of wiring, testing and inspections for fire alarm systems, installation for both security, burglar alarm, fire alarm systems, access control, video surveillance. And a lot of the students that we get from the program have incredible skill sets already developed at the school. The students are incredible, polite, hardworking, again, great skills. A lot of the students that we take from the co-op program actually end up working at Wayne Alarm Systems after, and a lot of them have been there for 15, 20 years. And right now we have a student, Vivian, with us. She's incredible. She's actually just got hired for the whole summer as well. So we love the school, we love the program.
I chose to go into the electrical program at Lynn Tech because I'm the third generation in my family to do electrical. I picked Wayne Alarm because I really am interested in learning the security system and learning how they work and what they do to protect the homes, and like fire alarms, I'm interested in learning how they do that. There's someone, like people, they show me like how things work, and I like that. Like I actually like learning how to do it and being told, like shown. I don't like just watching, I actually like doing it like hands-on, and that's one thing I like about Wayne Alarm.
I picked Precision Machinery because it's a good shop. You learn a lot of stuff from various trades. You learn electrical, plumbing, a lot of different things in this trade. You can do many different things in this trade. My co-op experience has been great. I work for Paradigm Precision. It's an aerospace company that makes turbine center frames for Boeing 747 engines. It's a great experience to get out in the field, and co-op gives you a lot of experience working in the field. And you actually get to go on even after you graduate and learn that you will stay with your trade and learn as much as you can.
We have over 80 businesses and organizations from many, many different fields, from healthcare, manufacturing, IT, the construction clusters, culinary. There's plenty of opportunities for our students here, and we're very happy that the employers came to spend the morning with us.
This is the best career fair I've ever been to. I like to be at this event. I like the excitement of the students. I like the engagement of the students. This is my favorite career fair on the North Shore.
Mayor Thomas McGee sat down with LCTV to update Lynn residents on events and projects happening in the community. Here is Mayor McGee with his city update.
Hi, this is Mayor Tom McGee, and I'm happy to be here today to give you an update on what's happening in Lynn. A number of things are going on that I think are important for the city and the citizens to know about. We're in the process of creating a new waterfront master plan that will also include a master plan related to the open space down on our waterfront. And please check out our website to see the process and the schedule of events that will allow the community to give their input and help us make the decisions that are going to make the city move forward in an exciting way for that economic opportunity that is happening on our waterfront. We're also in the process of engaging the Collins Center from UMass Boston. They're working with us to help us hire a chief financial officer, a full-time chief financial officer that will work with us to ensure that as we develop plans to stabilize our budget and move forward, that we have the right experience to work with my office as well as the council develop a plan that will get us to fiscal stability in the near future. They will also be working with us to create a 5-year and a long-term capital plan, as well as creating a plan that will allow us to take our borrowing capabilities and make sure that that is fiscally sustainable in a reasonable and rational way. So they'll be working with we'll be working with their experts to help us make that happen. Today we had the groundbreaking of the KIPP Academy. We're at the old J.B. Blood building, built in 1927. That happened today. They'll be expanding and rehabbing that building, and it's going to be a key piece of new educational and family-oriented center of the city with Lynn Tech, the new Lynn YMCA and St. Mary's of Lynn expanding their campus as well. It's an exciting time for the opportunities that are happening down there for students and for families. I think an important thing that also happened this week at North Shore Community College was a veteran center was open that will work with veterans who are students at North Shore Community College, allow them to get to the center, get the information, the support they need to ensure that they have the best possible experience as they learn and grow as students at North Shore Community College. And finally, and I know I've mentioned this before, I think it's important, we are starting to show movies at the Lynn Auditorium, taking advantage of that great facility. And on May 25th at 8 o'clock, we'll be showing The Darkest Hour. It's $3 per person for the show. One was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, and Gary Oldham won Academy Award for Best Actor. Hope you can make it that night. Come on down. It's a great facility with a great movie. Again, thanks for listening. Look forward to coming back soon and filling you in on the exciting things happening in Lynn.
On this week's Lynn Lowdown, host Calvin Anderson sat down with Dianne Kuzia Hills.
Hi, welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Cal Anderson, a volunteer host. Today, we have as our guest Dianne Kuzia Hills. She's Executive Director of My Brother's Table at 98 Willow Street in Lynn. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now tell us about MBT. What is My Brother's Table?
My Brother's Table is a soup kitchen. We serve 2 meals a day, 365 days a year. Monday through Friday we do lunch and dinner. Saturday and Sunday we do a take-home breakfast and dinner. We've been in business since 1982, and we're what's considered a hospitality-based charity, which means anybody can come for any reason. We don't have eligibility guidelines. You can come because you're hungry, or someone can come because they want to socialize. That's perfectly fine with us.
Wonderful. Now, are there set times for these meals, and do they vary during the week and on weekends and holidays?
So Monday through Friday, we serve lunches at 11:45 to 12:30, and dinner is 5:30 to 7:15. And on Saturday and Sunday, it's 2:30 to 4:15. Holidays, for the most part, are just the same, except for Christmas. We usually do a weekend hours.
Okay. Now, how do people partake? I mean, do they just come, present themselves?
They just walk in the door.
All right. And I've seen sometimes when just before the doors open, there's a line outside.
Yeah. So I always tell people, if you don't want to wait in line, come like 15, 20 minutes after we open, because there's usually not a line then. It's cafeteria style, so people come in, they get a tray, they can select what items they want. They can pick what drinks they want. If someone's in a wheelchair or has a cane, we can assist them with their tray too.
Great. Now, it's a food program, so there must be nutrition in mind. Now, how will you plan your meals so that they meet the needs of, I guess, mostly adults and families?
So lunchtime, we always serve sandwiches, fruit, yogurt if we have it, milk, coffee, and then on dinner time, we do bread and butter, salad, pasta or some kind of starch, protein and vegetable, dessert, coffee, juice, and milk. We also offer an alternative meal, which is a large salad with a lean protein on top, because some people can't have a lot of carbohydrates or they're trying to manage their fat.
So, yeah, there's a lot of challenges because everybody's dietary needs and preferences might be different. So it's nice that you're accommodating that with the broad spectrum of offerings. Now, who are the clients for the most part? On a typical day, who would you see coming into My Brother's Table?
It's a variety of folks. I would say close to about 2/3 of our guests are folks that are disabled. So could be any kind of disability, physical, intellectual, or emotional. We also have, I'd say probably about 1/3 of our guests are long-term guests. They're folks that have come to us for years and years and years. They live in the neighborhood. Probably another third are folks who are more transitory, so we'll see them a bit, and then we probably won't see them again. And then the other third are people who are typically, down on the luck for maybe a year or so, and then they get back on their feet again. So it's kind of a mix, men and women. We have babies up to people in their 90s. It just really varies.
All right. I have a colleague who partakes on a regular basis, mainly because he lives alone. He's a bachelor. He couldn't prepare all the different varieties and nutritional meals out of his kitchen, so he comes down and he writes you checks every year. So this is a good thing. He uses it, but he's also paying it forward as well.
Yeah, we're perfectly happy. Like if someone wants to come just for social reasons, what we do is try to provide a place where everybody feels welcome. So some folks live in rooming houses. They live in one room. They don't have a kitchen.
Right.
They might not have family or friends nearby. So they're welcome to come sit at a table with some other folks and have a conversation.
Now, how are you funded? There must be various sources of income. Who pays the bills here?
We're funded completely through private donations. We raise our entire budget every single year. A lot of people are under the misconception we get government money. We actually don't. It's in our mission that we don't seek or accept any kind of government funding. And the reason for that is, how I mentioned we're a hospitality-based charity.
Yes.
If we were to get government money or some of these other types of money, you have to say, well, Calvin, you'll have to tell me how much money you make and where do you live and do you have kids, do you have a disability? We don't want to do that. We want people just to come in and sit down and have a meal, just like if you went to a friend's house for dinner. You wouldn't want someone saying to you, how much money do you make? Are you disabled? Do you have kids? So,
I see. It's
very
good.
So the two go together. So we've decided, our founders were actually brilliant and decided, let's not even try to get that kind of money.
Now, do you have some annual or regular fundraising events coming up? The listeners at home might want to make a note on the calendar and take
this spring we have a comedy night, which is a Sunday night. And it's a fundraiser with our general operating funds. And then in August, we have our summer party. All of our fundraising events are on our website. So if anybody's looking for something to do, they can just check our website.
I think we can probably show that website, but if you want to mention, I have it down as mybrotherstable.org.
Yes.
Very simple.
Yep.
And do you have a phone number in case people want to call?
781-595-3224.
All right, wonderful. Now, there's staff at My Brother's Table, but I understand a lot of your meals and functions rely on volunteers.
Yes.
And how do people get involved, and when are these volunteers needed?
So we use between 2,500 and 3,000 volunteers a year.
Really?
Some people come once, and some people come a couple times a week. So they serve our meals, they drive our vans, they do pickups, they do deliveries, they help us cook. All someone would have to do is call us and set up a time to volunteer, or you can also do it through our website. Either way.
Now, people always think of your holiday meals, and I understand that that's when you actually have too many volunteers at once.
Yeah.
So is this a good time to tell people that it's a need 365 days a year?
We are open every day, even in blizzards. A lot of people say, oh, you weren't open then. I'm like, oh, yes, we are. We're open no matter what the weather is, no matter what day of the week it is, whether it's a holiday. We usually need help when it snows. Hopefully we're done with that. And in the summertime. So particularly around holidays in the summer, like the 4th of July and Labor Day and things like that, we're always scrambling.
An intrepid staff.
Yeah.
Now, is there any home delivery type service, providing meals or foodstuffs to
so
people
we do.
at home?
We do. Most of our meals are on site, but we do a weekly food delivery program for families where the primary caregiver is unable to cook or shop. So we have about 24 families on that right now. They have to be too young for Meals on Wheels, and we deliver our own sort of frozen dinners and heat and eat things that you just need to pop in the microwave.
You fill in some of the gaps.
Yep.
What is the age qualification for Meals on Wheels, by the way?
65.
Okay, so it's traditional, what they pretty much broadly consider retirement age.
Yeah.
And believe me, when you reach retirement age, the world shifts, doesn't it? Now, are there any common myths that you'd like to dispel about My Brother's Table, or maybe about the endeavor in general? Because every civilized city on the planet has soup kitchen concept.
I think sometimes people think, for one thing, that we're a government program, which we're not. I think other people think we're in our space for free. The building's owned by the city of Lynn, but we pay rent. We always have. I also think sometimes people think that the simple act of feeding people attracts maybe a bad element to the city, but you know, we really find the folks that we see are just folks that are really struggling and trying to just get a meal, and that every person needs a place where they feel like they're wanted and welcomed, and we're very fortunate that that's our job, so we get to do that every single day, which is great.
Well, thank you for bringing us up to speed on My Brother's Table and the services and how people can get involved. And I just want to thank you for providing this service to our city.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
All right. And until next time, this is the Lynn Lowdown.
Thank you for watching the LCTV News. I'm your host, Medina Sehi. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and go to our website at lyntv.org to find out all the great things we are doing here at LCTV. Have a great day.